Well, fireworks are soon going to be lighting up the sky, celebrating Independence Day. Mike Giordano with Williams Wealth Management joins us. Everybody's thinking right now, where are they going with Independence Day? But we're talking about financial independence. So, Mike, when people hear that, fireworks probably go off in their head, like, what's financial independence? First, what is the measure of financial independence? When you're talking with your clients, is it different for everybody?
Generally, it can be a little different for everybody, right? It's in the eye of the beholder. But for most people, what financial independence is, it's like, have I created opportunities where I can almost do what I want, right? If I want to retire, go part-time, start a nonprofit up, start my own business up, something of that nature, where you have whatever opportunities you want, you have a little bit of more flexibility than maybe you had when you were younger.
Okay, this may be a wrong word to use, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay.
Are there easy ways to become financially independent?
Oh, there's easy ways. They're not necessarily the most
legal and easy ways.
Well, even legal, but they might not be the most desirable ways, right? One of the easiest ways to become financially independent is just tighten up your goals, right? You know, if you say I need $1 million for this goal and you only need 500,000, you just made it a whole heck of a lot easier to get there, right? But unfortunately, the easy ways to do it are not necessarily psychologically easy. And so oftentimes somebody might say, if I spend a little bit less, I could retire earlier, but I don't want to spend less. I have a certain lifestyle I want to have. Or if I delayed my retirement, I could have a bigger lifestyle, but I don't want to delay. I want to retire at a certain time. So psychologically, they can be really difficult to get around. So there's not really like easy ways where you can have what you want and have your cake and eat it too.
There's always a cost.
That's right.
There's a cost benefit to every single thing. So, but you mentioned a moment ago, you said something about starting a nonprofit.
Yeah.
So I would imagine for a lot of people that might be one of the dreams that somebody might have. How do you still fulfill those dreams and maybe maximize what you already have?
Yeah, this is really where the rubber meets the road. Is you take the money you have, that nest egg that you have, and you try to figure out, how do I get maximum value out of that? And so the first thing to do is understand, like, what are these dreams? So if you go to bed tonight and you get this dream about what you want to do tomorrow, make sure that dream's in cash, right? Not in the market where it could be bouncing around. So you want to know, like, are these dreams like a few days away? Are they a few years away? Are they a decade or more away? And then you can align your investments towards those dreams and towards that timeline, and that way you can get maximum value out of it, right? If this is a long-term dream that's more than 10 years out, you want to make sure that you're getting enough growth so that you don't have to put as much money in and the compound interest can take over from there. So that's the first thing. The second thing you want to think about is, how can I do this in the most tax-efficient way possible, right? Are there certain types of accounts I could put the money into? Is there a certain strategy that I could run that could help me from a tax perspective so that I have more money under my control? And then when it comes to retirement, you have a whole host of different strategies you could think about. One of the most important, though, is, when do I take Social Security? That's a big decision, and when you take it, could maximize the amount of money that you have in your accounts.
I just love that you've given us all these options, lots of things to think about.
That's what life's about.
As always. Mike, that's what Mike on the Money is about.
Yes.
Mike Giordano, thank you so much.
You bet.